duelists, Russ Merrill here, and today we are going to be opening Starter Deck 2019. So this is pretty interesting because it's been a while since we've had an OCG deck with this sort of full covered packaging. I believe this is more of the TCG style of packaging decks. Usually in the OCG we have a hole in the front of the packaging which shows the ace card of the deck. But it looks like the inside is pretty much the same. First we have an official rulebook, and secondly a very nice looking teal and sort of emerald colored playmat. Here's something interesting. So on the back of the playmat, you'll see this card list where some of the cards are actually marked by red stars. So this actually indicates the cards that you will use to build this deck for speed duels. Now moving on to the deck itself, we are starting off with the evolution of Decode Talker, Decode Talker Extend. Now if you guys haven't caught up to the Reprints anime, I highly suggest catching up to the latest episode because this card and the way Yusaku actually obtains it in the anime just brings so much painful feels. It was such an epic and important duel for his character as well as Kusanagi's, and I really feel like the story is really heating up and really getting really epic towards the climax. Design wise though, I'm not too big of a fan because rather than like an evolution or upgrade of Decode Talker, he just sort of feels like a recolor, and I personally find the artwork for the original Decode Talker better than this one. Moving on to the effects, Extend is a Link 3 monster that will require 2 or more effect monsters to Link summon. First effect, this card's name becomes Decode Talker while on the field, allowing you to use it together with cards like Decode End. Second effect, just like Decode Talker, Extend has power integration and it gains 500 attack for each monster it points to. Third effect, and this is how it differentiates itself from the original Decode Talker, during your battle phase, if a monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard, you can activate this effect. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. Now, I'm not too big of a fan of this change. Personally, I'd rather take the effect negation and destruction of the original Decode Talker, but of course it does depend on what deck you're fighting against and what the situation is like, because sometimes you'd really like to have that second effect, which could possibly be the finisher for the duel. And up next, we have a really awesome looking new Cyberse monster. Now, this is the one I'm really looking forward to in this set, and this is Threshold Boar. First effect, if you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand by discarding one Cyberse monster. Second effect, monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack. So nothing too crazy, but just some simple and decent effects. With the special summon, you can build up materials for link summons, and I do find that reducing your opponent's monsters by 500 attack can be quite a game-changing for the Cyberse deck. And next we have Rebuild Deer. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can target one Cyberse monster with 1500 or less attack in your grave, special summon it. So once again, because this is just a starter deck, you realize that most of the effects are very simple, but sometimes simple can be pretty effective. I do like this Rebuild Deer's effect. And next we have a new Link 2 monster for Cyberse, which is Track Black. To link summon Track Black, you need 2 effect monsters, and you can only use this card name's effect once per turn. You can target one monster you control that this card points to this turn. Each time it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, draw 1 card. So generally, this is pretty good and really great for accumulating those that hand advantage and resources, and it also goes well with the Decode Talker Extend, although that will probably cap it at 2 draws per turn, which if you can successfully and consistently pull off will be pretty awesome in the long run. I believe it also has some synergy with Shooting Code Talker if you can get a lot of hits in with Shooting Code. And here we are moving into reprints. We have a super rare of Power Code Talker, pretty nice, that's one of my favorite talkers. And here more reprints, Code Generator, Cyberse White Hat, Monster Reborn, Raigeki, known in Japanese as Thunderbolt, Mirror Force of course, Security Dragon. Here are some new Cyberse support commons, and we're starting off with Flip Frozen. If this card is sent to the grave, you can change all attack position monsters your opponent controls to defense position. So this is one of those classic type of cards that they like to put in starter decks, which basically has the potential to save you if you're in a very bad situation. For example, like if you're about to lose to your opponent, you can set this as the only card on your field, and if your opponent destroys it in battle, they have no choice but to end their battle phase, unless of course they have remaining link monsters. I like how it can be used offensively as well, because if you use it as link material, you can change all the opponent's monsters to defense, which might be lower than their attack if they are not using link monsters, and then you can sort of smash through their defense. And here's another new Cyberse, Dry Brave. Once per turn, when a Cyberse monster you control declares an attack, you can discard one monster. That attacking monster gains 600 attack until the end of this turn. turn. Not too impressed. I don't think I would play this card in my Cyberse deck. And anyway, Bitron, Digitron, Rhydron, Draconet, Widget Kit, yep, all reprints, Lady Debugger, Ram Clouder, one of my favorite original Cyberse monsters, Link Slayer, we're seeing a lot from the original starter, Photon Slasher. This card has been in like every single starter deck for like the past few years since Zale, Witch of the Black Forest, Sangan, known as Critter in the OCG, Light Lord Hunter Raikou. I always trip up when I read Light Lord instead of Light Sworn, Text Changer, Swift Scarecrow. And here we have a new spell, Cybernet Cross Wipe. Tribute one Cyberse monster, then target one card on the field, destroy it. So yeah, not gonna be playing this card. Cybernet Recover, Cybernet Universe, Mystical Space Typhoon, Book of Moon. Forbidden Lands, United We Stand, Pot of Avarice, Burden of the Mighty, Supply Squad. And moving on to traps, we do have a couple of new traps in this starter deck, starting out with Cybernet Cascade. If you link summon a link monster, target one monster in your graveyard used for that link summon, special summon it. So not too great but potentially useful, although there are better options like just using cards that can recycle themselves instead of having to resort to a trap. And here we have Cybernet Regression. You can only activate one Cybernet Regression per turn. If you special summon a link monster, target one card on the field, destroy it, then draw one card. So pretty interesting. I can see this like being used by some players. Here we have Call of the Haunted, Torrential Tribute, Bottomless Trap Hole, Compulsory Evacuation Device, Dark Bribe, and finally Link Spider. And I assume, yes, this is the final card of this starter deck. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a like and let me know what you guys think about these brand new Cyberse cards in the comment section down below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG product and booster box openings on the day of release. Our next release is going to be the next main booster, Rising Rampage, on April 13th, and it's going to be super awesome because it features the release of Revolver's new Xyz monster, Borrowload X Charge Dragon. So I am super looking forward to that, and I hope you guys are going to look forward to it as well. And with that, I hope to see you guys in the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Video.
Go my way, I'll fly the way.